Welcome back to DIY No Need to Cry with Ivelisse. Let's get started. Hi, my crafty fam, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I've gone ahead and pre-drilled a hole in this bottle to allow airflow when placing the incense inside. Click the I at the top right corner of this video to watch the video on how to drill the hole. The link will also be in the description box below. As I usually do, I'll be giving this bottle 2 coats of white matte acrylic paint. I gave it 2 coats, letting it dry between each one. While that dried, I tested some color combinations. I decided to make 3 bottles with different color combos to see which one looked the best. After finishing, I found that using matte or chalk paint worked best for this design. I will be using this stencil as a template, but I won't be using it in the traditional way. Because the bottle is round, I knew it would get messy. And although I do love to get messy, I don't like my projects to get messy. So I used it as a guide. I wrapped it around the bottle and secured it with painter's tape. If you don't have a stencil, you can Google camouflage stencil, go to images, pick the one you like, download, and cut the pattern out. Then you can use it in the same way. I will leave a link in the description box where you can find some. Using a colored pencil, I outlined all the designs around the bottle. When you're doing this, you want to have a light hand. You don't want to rip through the paint with the pencil, which of course I end up doing. Once I was done, I removed the stencil. Using the colors I chose for this pattern, I started painting each spot with different colors. I'll be layering paint, so I will not use the black until the end. As you fill in the spots and more of the bottle is covered, you'll have to stop and let it dry before continuing. If you don't, you'll risk smudging what you've already painted, which I also did. I added random spots to the top of the bottle as I layered. Once I had all the spots filled in, I placed the stencil back on the bottle and outlined some more spots onto it. It's okay to overlap. I painted the spots and continued this process until I was satisfied with the design. Remember to leave some room for the black and don't cover all the white. I started to add the black, and I did add more color here and there where I felt it needed it. I didn't necessarily use the entire pattern at this point. I picked designs and strategically placed them where I thought they would look best. Before sealing it, I made sure to check each design for touch-ups. I did freehand some of the designs. I let that completely dry before sealing it with a matte sealer. Once it was dry, I traced, cut, and glued a piece of crafting felt to the bottom to give it a finished look. Lastly, to use it as an incense holder, all you need is some incense and a key ring. Take your incense and pinch the wooden post between the key rings. Light it and place it into the bottle. I think these came out so cute! The pink one is definitely my favorite. I made 3 to show the different color combos. I also made the pattern slightly different by adding more or fewer layers. This way, you have an idea of what more or less looks like and can choose. As I mentioned at the start of the video, you might want to use matte or chalk paints as they seem to work best for this project. Also, I advise starting with a white base. I used a light blue base for the blue bottle and it gave me the most trouble because I had to go over the colors to make them opaque. This DIY is easy. It just takes time because of the drying between layers. This design was inspired by a friend of mine and I wanted to show you another way to use empty wine bottles. It's hard to shop for men or come up with crafty things they would appreciate. I think this would make a thoughtful gift. It's personal, handmade, and they can use it. Now that you know how to make incense holders, imagine all the different designs you can create and give away as gifts. Just remember to have fun, be creative, and make a mess. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs it up as it helps the growth of the channel and to show your support. If you're new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing to get updates on future videos. And remember, do it yourself. There's no need to cry.